Hello lovelies, how are you doing today? If you're new around here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. My name is Louise and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this week. We're going to be working specifically a little bit of a kind of slow grounding flow for those of you that might be menstruating. You might have PMS, that kind of ick feeling before or during your period. And that's not to say if you don't have your period or you don't get periods that you're not welcome. We're basically doing a nice, very gentle, slow flow. It's going to involve a lot of kind of hips, lower back, shoulders, and we're really going to be connecting downwards. So we have these different types of energetics in the body. A lot of the time in Vinyasa yoga, we're working this prana, this uplift energy. Whereas today we're going to be working a little bit more of this Apana, this kind of downward energy. So working with that kind of flow around that time of the month, if that's for you. As always with my practices, anything that I suggest is as a guide. You do what feels best for you, your body, your practice. There'll be an option to just stay with the slow flow. We're going to be leading into some yin yoga at the end, so even more slow stillness. So maybe you want to do one followed by the other, like a yin yang kind of class. Maybe you just want to do one day, one the other day, dip in, dip out. As always, it's all welcome, it's all valid. So let's get started in a child's pose, shall we? The knees are going to be nice and wide. If you're practicing on a mat, maybe kind of as wide as the mat. Bring the toes to touch, and then we're going to start to walk the hands all the way down in front. The forehead might rest to the earth. It might go to a block, a bolster, a pillow. And just start to close down the eyes or lower the gaze. Allow this sense of connection to the earth. Allow this arrival onto the space, particularly around our periods in this kind of modern life we live in. Oftentimes we're still kind of racing around, trying to get everything done. Can you allow this practice, allow this time to let go of those to-do lists? Let go of whatever's been to allow you to arrive onto the mat today, the past. And whatever's to come after you leave the mat, the future. Allowing yourself to really connect to the here and now. Maybe using this place to bring to mind a sankalpa, a resolution. And we plant this intention in our body, our breath, our practice. Option to stay as you are. If you want a little side body stretch, the left hand's going to start to go over to the left side. Slightly lift up the head, and the right hand might kind of interlace. So the right hand on top of the left. Interlace the fingers through. And the head might go down or even slightly over to the side. And then think about pushing down through that left hand as you almost pull the right hand away. Should feel nice and juicy through the shoulders. Couple of breaths here. And then let's go through that opposite side if you're with me. So the right hand this time goes flat. The left hand on top of the right, interlace the fingers, and this sense of kind of pulling the left hand back as you lower the head or the cheek to the earth. Keep the sit bones nice and grounded. And then slowly come back through center. This time we're going to rise up to our tabletop. So bring the knees slightly closer in, the knees and hips in line. And we'll have the hands slightly in front of the shoulders. Spread the fingertips wide. Weight down through the fingertips and then start to move from the tailbone, the lower back, dropping through the stomach. As you inhale, gaze is up. And then exhale, move from the tailbone. We slowly round the spine and release the neck. A few more like this. Just starting to create a little bit more movement through the spine. Go as slow, as deep as you need. Maybe connecting to the breath at the tip of the nose. If you want to work that ujjayi breath, feel free, that constriction at the back of the throat. But that ujjayi breath can build heat. And we almost want a little bit more sense of cooling around this time of the month. The temperature can kind of rise a little bit. So maybe you want to just keep your natural breath. Let's invite some circles through the hips. So bringing the hips up to the left. Start to circle around to the top and then down to the right. Again, this can be nice and slow. If you kind of find a little juicy place that you want to pause and breathe, feel free to do that. If you're with me, we switch through the opposite direction. So just feeling into the hips, the shoulders, inviting a little bit more flow. And then let's come back through center. Keep the knees and hips in line. So we go a little bit deeper from here. We start to walk the hands even further forward, like a puppy dog pose. As you inhale, start to lift up. The gaze goes towards the navel, so like an extended cat-cow. Exhale, lower down, chin and chest to the earth. Couple more like that. Inhale, lift up, gaze to the navel. Exhale, lower down, chin and chest. Last one, inhale to lift. And then exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. So maybe again, the forehead goes to a block the earth. You'll start to get some information here of how this pose has arrived. Maybe you want to walk the hands out a little bit wider to allow a little bit more space for the shoulders. Maybe you want to bring the hands to prayer, the prayer behind the back of the neck, getting a little bit more into the upper arms. If you're feeling open and warm, if it's in your practice, maybe it's more of a chin and chest to the earth. Few more breaths here. Can you keep the stomach nice and relaxed? Every exhale, think about softening through the chest, the shoulders, the heart space a little bit more. Just this gentle stretch through the front of the body. Inhales through the nose. Exhales out of the nose. Let's take one more full breath in. And a long breath out. If the forearms were lifted, bring them back to the earth. We keep it low, start to snake it forward and through. So we find our active Sphinx pose. Be mindful of the kind of stomach to the earth. So we really want to push into the forearms to start to broaden through the chest, keeping the glutes nice and active. So we get this kind of gentle sensation through the lower back. So we can bring a little bit more blood flow there. Should be nice and helpful. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly start to lower down the chest, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slow. The hands come either side of the mat, fingertips. Again, keep the legs active so we can take the weight away from the stomach. We're going to inhale, slowly start to roll up through the spine. The head lifts up last. And then as you exhale, lower it down. Let's do another one like that. Inhale slowly to ripple up through the spine. And then as you exhale, lower it down. Let's add on the shoulders as well. Keep the hands active. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower the right shoulder down. Inhale back through center. And exhale, lower the left. One more each side. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower the right. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale the left. Lovely. Let's inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, roll down the chest. Again, the hands by the ribs, push back through a child's pose. Feel that length through the back of the body. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. This little flow here, keep the hands where they are. So we inhale, start to lift up round the spine like our angry cat pose. As you exhale, lower the stomach like a cow. We bring the hands all the way back with us. Hands go slightly behind the feet. And we inhale, lift up like a baby Ustrasana. Might be a little bit, might be a lot. Feel in. Let's start to lower the hips. We keep it flowing. Hands go forward. Inhale, we lift up round the spine like that angry cat pose. Exhale, lower the stomach. Travel the hands all the way back by the feet. Inhale to lift the hips up, that baby camel. Exhale, lower it down. Let's do a couple more. Start to really find your own pace here with this movement. So we're gently finding this flow all the way through that spine so we can start to get this nice kind of fresh energy, but staying connected to the earth. Last one, hands go forward. Inhale, round the spine. Exhale, lower the stomach, the hands behind the back. Inhale to lift up through that baby camel. Exhale, lower the seat, reach the arms forward. Child's pose or kneeling if that feels better for you. Take a few breaths here. Notice even from that kind of really slight flow, that kind of small movement, this little bit of uplift, can we keep everything nice and grounded? We're going to come back onto the shins, start to lift up. So we're going to play with that camel pose. Really good to get this kind of length through the front of the body. But again, we want to keep that support for the lower back. So keep the glutes active, the hips tracking forward. Left hand goes alongside the body. As you inhale, start to reach the right arm over to the left side. And circle it around. The legs stay active. That left arm goes over to the right, like clearing away the cobwebs. Let's do one more each side. Right arm over to the left. Circle it round. Left arm over to the right. And circle it round. Let's bring both hands to the lower back. Fingertips face up. Glutes are active. Maybe the gaze stays forward. This can feel like a really strong place. But again, getting that kind of stretch through the front of the stomach. If you want to lengthen the neck back, that's also cool with me. Take a full breath in. Use the hands at the lower back to slowly lift your way up. Again, take a moment either going to child's pose or kneeling. Maybe the eyes lower. Inhales through the nose. Exhales out of the nose. And then from wherever you are, let's start to come forward. So we're going to find a tabletop. This time, have the hands underneath the shoulders. I'm going to come round this way so you can see me a little bit more. So we're going to inhale, start to reach that right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, the right arm threads through underneath the left. Gaze follows that hand. Inhale to lift up, open the chest. And exhale, reach it through. Lovely. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale, reach it all the way through. Place that right cheek, right shoulder all the way down to the earth. Oh, nice. Start to go onto the left fingertips. And again, can you start to push into that left hand to gently open through the chest a little bit more? Really keeping the stomach nice and soft. Focus the gaze at one point. When we're menstruating on our period, it can really affect our balance. I don't know if you've ever tried to do like a tree pose when you're on your period. Maybe you can tell when I'm teaching, I'm always wobbling all over the place. We're going to slowly start to bring that left foot out to the left side. Really push into that left foot. So you've got this nice energy here. Maybe you turn the gaze slightly further up towards the sky. Couple more breaths. Using the exhales to turn you in a little bit more. Think about making this spacious. And then we keep the legs as they are. Slowly start to unwind through the torso. We're going to a gate pose. Walk the hands up towards. We inhale, reach the right arm up into the air. Exhale, up and overhead, the gaze goes up. So again, this nice side extension. Can you really extend through the fingertips, but also keep that little bit of length through the opposite side as well. And then we're going to move from those right fingertips. So we start to lift the right hand all the way up. Gaze goes down, the right hand goes back as you lift that left leg into the air, like you've kind of fallen over. Option to stay here. Maybe you're going to start to bend the leg and the hand comes to the foot. You kick the foot away. Gaze might start to go up towards the sky. Or if you want to test that balance a little bit more, get that nice stretch through the body. And then we're going to go back the way we came. So releasing the foot, see, told you, wobbles. Start to step the foot back down. We lift the right arm back up to the sky. Our gate pose. Keep circling the right arm all the way round. We bring it to the earth and then start to walk the fingertips forward here. You're going to take an inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, lower it down. So that forehead is kind of reaching towards the earth. Keep pushing into the left foot as you almost sit the seat back a little bit more. Should feel nice and juicy here. Breathe. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. We're going to start to walk the hands back up towards. You're going to squizzle that right foot slightly in as you come to take a seat all the way down. So we're in like a wide leg Janushirasana. Start to bring the left hand to the earth or the forearm. You're going to reach that right arm up and overhead. So again, this nice side body stretch. Can you turn the gaze up towards the sky? Think about reaching those fingertips to that opposite foot. Take a breath. And then keep that length through the side of the body. We start to slightly turn the hands, frame that left foot, Janushirasana. So the hands might be all the way up here. They might be a little bit further forward. It's not a competition. Let's inhale, lift up. And then exhale, lower it down. Feel the crown of the head reaching long. Can you keep the spine nice and straight? This every inhale kind of lengthening the spine. Every exhale softens you in a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Keep the legs. Let's inhale, start to lift up. So we're going to bring that right hand behind. Inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky. Lift the hips, this like half wild thing, half flip dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, both hands, both feet to the earth, high plank. Let's inhale, wave it forward. Exhale, lower the knees, bend the elbows, chin and chest to the earth. Inhale, slide forward and through low cobra, bhujangasana. As you exhale, tuck the toes, hips go up and back. Ardha Mukha, downward dog. Any movements that feel good in your body here, pedaling out through the feet. Maybe the gaze goes under one armpit and the other. And then let's all start to find stillness. Move from the hips. Inhale, we ripple forward to a high plank. And then as you exhale, bend the knees deep and straighten, downward dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, bend and straighten, downward dog. Last one, inhale to ripple forward. This time, lower the knees, untuck the toes. We're back in our tabletop. Let's go to that opposite side, the left side. So I'll come round again so you can see what's going on. Inhale, start to lift that left arm up to the sky. Gaze goes up. As you exhale, reach it through underneath. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift up, open the chest. Exhale, reach it through. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale, reach it all the way through. Place that left cheek, left shoulder all the way down to the earth. And then we start to come on to the opposite fingertips. So really push into that hand to start to open through the chest. Think about, again, this, making this nice and spacious. Keeping the stomach relaxed. And then focus the gaze. We start to bring the right leg out to the right side. Again, push into that foot to gently turn the chest even further open towards the sky. And then we keep the leg out to the side. Slowly start to unwind the torso. So this time we're reaching that left arm up to the sky, left arm up and over that gate post. So really encouraging this space through the side of the torso, particularly if we're feeling kind of sore at the front of the body. We want to think about this creating space. So from here, let's add in a little bit of balance. So that gaze starts to go down. The left hand starts to go to the earth, lifting up that opposite leg like you're just falling on your side. So from here, option to stay here. Maybe you're going to bend up through the leg. The same hand comes to the foot. Kick the foot away. Maybe the gaze is down. Maybe you want to play with that balance. Turn the gaze up towards the sky. We take a full breath in wherever you are. Stay for the breath out. Let's start to release the foot. We come back the way we came. So the right foot goes down. As you inhale, lift that left arm up and overhead, your gate pose. Keep that circle going. Circle it all the way down to the earth. And then we start to walk the hands forward here. Take an inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, think about lowering the forehead to the earth, really rooting down through that right foot, sitting the seat back. Should get that nice stretch through the inner thigh. Couple more breaths. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. We inhale, start to lift up. So we walk the hands back in towards. Squizzle that left foot in, yoga term, and then come all the way down. So we're in like a wide leg Janushirasana. We start to bring the opposite hand or forearm down. And then we're lifting that left arm up and over towards the right toes. Flex the right toes towards and think about turning the chest up. So rather than kind of crunching down here for the hand to find the foot, can you get this length through both sides of the torso? And then we keep all that length through the left side. As you exhale, start to turn both hands down, frame the foot, Janushirasana. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold it down. So again, the hands might be up here. They might be further forward. It's all good. It's all yoga. Wherever you've got to, take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold it down. Crown of the head reaches forward. Relax the shoulders down the back. Inhales through the nose. Exhales out the nose or mouth, whatever you need today from your practice. Take one more here. Think about walking the hands back up towards. So we bring that left hand behind. Inhale, lift the opposite arm, lift the hips. Gaze up towards the sky, that half flip dog, half wild thing. And then exhale, turn it down, both hands to the earth, high plank. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, lower the knees. Bend the elbows, chin and chest to the earth. Inhale, come forward and through that low cobra bhujangasana. Exhale, let's sit back through a child's pose. Again, forehead lowers to the earth, approx. Take a full breath in through the nose, fill all the way up. Exhale out of the mouth, stick out the tongue, let something go. Another if you need. And then again, let's start to come forward. We tuck the toes, lift the knees up and back. Adho Mukha, downward dog. Let's think about lifting that right leg up and out behind, bend the knee, open the hip. Gaze goes under the left or the right armpit, wherever feels good today. You've got enough else going on. Don't overthink it. Let's draw these circles with that right knee in one direction and through the other. We're going to start to circle that right leg all the way around the right side. Place the foot in between the hands. So we're in like a low lunge, maybe hands to the blocks, the earth. Take some gentle rocks forward and back. We're going to start to come forward, lower down the back knee, keep the toes tucked. So again, hands might be to blocks or fingertips. Think about straightening the right leg, maybe a little, maybe a lot. The right foot goes flat. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale, sit it back. Lovely. Last one, foot goes forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale, sit it back. So maybe the hands are coming here again, perhaps on the blocks. Maybe you're sat back to the left toes if that feels good. Maybe the hands are a little bit further forward. Wherever you are is perfect. Let's inhale, lift up, lengthen the chest. Exhale, fold it down, hold for a couple of breaths. And we're not holding these poses for too long today. We don't want to go into that place where things feel uncomfortable. We're just moving that energy slowly around. We place the right foot back to the earth, untuck the toes, hands come onto that front thigh. Maybe you've padded up the back knee if that feels nicer, a little bit more supportive today. Take these rocks forward and back, and then next time you come forward, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, circle around. 2 more like that. Think about keeping the glutes active to keep that space through the lower back. Last one, inhale. Exhale, circle around. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, we open to the left, the palms face up. So maybe you want to stay here. The back toes can stay untucked or tucked. And then that back hand, the left hand might come to the right foot, lifting that right arm up and overhead. Oh, that feels nice and juicy. Maybe the gaze goes up towards the sky again. Have a little feel into that balance. Think about extending that right arm up and back. And then let's inhale, come back. We're all going to bring both hands inside of the right foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, lizard lunge. Again, these little rocks forward and back, feeling into the hips. And then let's draw some nice circles in one direction. And through the other. We're going to start to lower down the back knee, untuck the toes. So maybe you're staying here on your hands. Maybe the forearms come down to a block. Maybe the forearms to the earth. This is a lot for the hips. We won't be here for long. We're going to inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower it down. Relax the head, nice and heavy. Take a full breath in. Long breaths out. Think about really extending out through those exhales. Maybe you've rolled onto the outside blade of the right foot. That can often feel a little bit more spacious. And then if you're on forearms, let's think about coming back onto the hands. We're all going to roll onto that outside blade of the right foot if you haven't already. Maybe the right hand comes to that right inner thigh, but be mindful here, the gaze might start to go back. And then come back through center. We're going to walk that right foot all the way over to the left side. Whew, pigeon pose. Start to walk the hands up towards. As you inhale, we lift up, lengthen the chest. And then exhale, roll it down. Couple more like that. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower it down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, calm down, forearms, forehead to a block and earth. Maybe it's a sigh out of the mouth here. Maybe it's a flutter of the lips. And this pose is really good, particularly for like the lower back, the hips. So we have the psoas, this big chain of muscles that connects to the lower back, the lumbar spine, and then travels all the way around the outside of the hips. We tend to get a lot of sensation when we've got things going on. Couple more breaths here. Let's start to think about walking the hands up towards, lean the weight in to the right hip. We're going to circle the left foot all the way around outside. Bring the left hand behind. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, right elbow outside of the left knee. Now this is quite a compressive twist. If you're pregnant, don't do this one. And if it just doesn't feel good to twist really hard on your period, you can always twist the opposite way. So this nice open twist, yeah, that definitely feels a lot better. I'm gonna do that one today. So it's just the opposite hand, the left arm, and then the right hand goes behind. Maybe the gaze goes back if you wanna get the neck involved. And again, not one is better than the other. Just do what feels good in your body today. Let's take one more breath. On an exhale, come back through center. Take a little de-rotate over to the opposite side, whichever side you went. We're going to inhale, start to lift up, place the feet to the earth. If you want to do a little Navasana, that's all cool. Take an inhale. You're amazing. Exhale, cross the shins, hands go down. Step it back, vinyasa, or straight to downward facing dog. If you're with me, inhale through your back bend, up dog cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips go up and back. Ardha Mukha, downward dog. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale, lift the left leg up and out behind, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under whatever armpit feels good. Draw these nice big slow circles, that left knee one direction. And through the other. We start to circle that left foot all the way around, left foot in between the hands, low lunge, take some rocks forward and back, maybe hands are to cans of beans, trusty blocks, whatever feels good. And then let's start to come forward, lower down the back knee, keep the toes tucked. Start to straighten the left leg, maybe a little, maybe a lot. The foot goes forward, inhale to lift the chest, gaze is up. Exhale, sit it back. Last one, foot goes forward, inhale, lift. Exhale, sit it back to wherever feels good for you. So maybe you're here, hands might be on blocks. Maybe you've sat back to those left toes, it's all good. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold it forward. Think about that crown of the head reaching forward as you soften through the torso, the chest. One more breath. And we start to bring the left foot forward, untuck the toes, go soft through the hips, hands onto that front thigh again, maybe something to support the back knee. We start to go forward. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. And exhale, circle around. Two more like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale, circle around. Last one, inhale. Exhale, circle around. Inhale, we lift the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, open to the right, the palms face up. So again, option to stay here. Maybe the back toes tuck or stay untucked. The right hand might go back, that left arm up and overhead. So think about really opening through the body here. Gaze might go up, really extending that left arm up and back. Take a breath. We inhale, slowly start to lift up. Hands inside of the left foot, tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee, lizard lunge, take some rocks forward and back. And then again, maybe those rocks turn to circles in one direction and through the other. I'm going to lower down the knee, untuck the toes again, maybe staying on hands, relaxing the head, maybe forearms to a block or the earth. Take an inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, relax the head heavy again. Maybe you've rolled onto the outer blade of that left foot. It's all good. Can you really concentrate on the exhale breaths? Allowing this sense of softness here. And then if you're on the forearms, think about coming back onto the hands. We keep that external rotation of the left leg as we travel it across for a pigeon pose. Walk the hands up towards, inhale, lift up, lengthen the chest. And exhale, fold it down. 2 more like this. Inhale, lift up, ripple the chest up. Exhale, lower it down. Last one, inhale to lift. And exhale, lower, forearms, forehead to the earth. Again, perhaps a sigh out the mouth, a flutter of the lips. Whatever you need. Allow this sense of softness, stillness. Again, start to think about walking the hands up towards, lean the weight into the left side. The right leg starts to circle around the foot outside. So if you want a deeper twist, it's that left elbow outside of the right knee. If you're coming with me, pregnant ladies who definitely aren't menstruating, or just if you're like, yeah, feels nice to be open. Definitely feels nice to be open today for me on my period. Wherever you are is the right place for you right now. Embrace it all. And then let's come back through center. Bring the soles of feet together, knees wide. Send the feet slightly further away. So we've got lots of nice space, diamond pose, and start to take a forward fold. So maybe the arms rest on top of the shins or underneath. Maybe you've got a bolster. Relax the head heavy. And from here is the end of our kind of slow flow. So option to end your practice here. Or if you're with me, we're going to turn this into more of a yin style practice to close. So holding some poses for about 3 to 5 minutes to allow this deeper release. If you're ending the practice here, thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to allow some space, some time for a shavasana. If you're staying for the yin, let's be here for a few more moments, closing down the eyes or lowering the gaze. If you're joining me on YouTube, the yin section of this class will be the next video. See you soon.